officially arrived at the plot, the food plot, the one place I hunt pretty much all of the time. I planted this thing back in 2016. It has been, what, about 9 years now. So the first about 4 or 5 years, it produced great. It looked good, a lot of clover in it. I had lots and lots of big deer in this general area. Last couple of years, I kind of, I just wasn't paying much attention to it, let it kind of go do its thing. And now it's pretty much looking like, a desert with some weeds and stuff in it. So the plan for the plot now is to basically start over again. I'm going to start at the very beginning, soil test, which is what I'm out here to do today. I'm going to grab some samples from different areas, and we're going to spray, we're going to till, we're going to pack it down, we're going to lime it if we need to, we're going to fertilize it, and we're going to get our seeds back in here, and then hopefully we'll have a nice, good clover plot for this fall. So the plot itself is actually pretty small. Some might not even call it a food plot, more like a kill plot or something like that, I don't know. But it's about 1/10 of an acre, but it does produce some food for the deer. So food plot it is, but they're saying to get maybe 5 to 10 different samples all over your plot area, and combine it into a bucket, and then we can put it into the bag for mailing it in. Well, out here, I don't think I'm gonna need exactly 10. It's a small little area. I think I can get away with about 4 or 5 samples. That's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, spot number 3. Now they are saying that they recommend digging like 3 to 6 inches down to get some of that dirt from down low. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to scrape all the crud off the top, the leaves, the branches, all that stuff. Get down a little deeper, get some of that nice clean soil for my sample. All right, all of our samples have been collected. Now, give a little mix, I guess. We have our bag. Fill to that line right there. We about got her. All right, here we go. Our soil test. All right, all of our samples have been pulled. Our bag is filled. We are ready to place it in the mail. They did say once they receive it, it could take about 2 days for them to get the results. And once I have the results, I'll be able to find out how much lime I'm gonna need, if any, what kind of fertilizer, all that kind of stuff. And then from there, I can move on with my plot. So, see you guys in about a week. We are back at the plot. It's been about 2 weeks since I took the soil test. It has been about 1 week since I've had the results. It's been a little rainy, a little wet. I've been waiting for some nice dry days so I can go ahead and spray the plot. But before I spray the plot, I want to go over the results from the soil test with you all, so you all know what I'll be doing in the next few weeks to make this plot the best it can possibly be. All right, guys, I got my soil test back, and from the very beginning, I noticed my pH level. It's at 7.5, and the desired is 7, so I'm actually good. And what that means is I need no lime at all. So you go down to the next page, and it's saying here, lime to apply. No lime recommendations. So I need nothing. So when I first planted this plot like 6 years ago or 7 or however long ago it was, I put a bunch of lime out here, got the levels up good, and it must have just maintained itself. So it's looking really, really good. So I got no lime I have to add to this thing, which is great. But they are saying I am low on a couple couple of these up here. So the recommendation is pretty minimal. I mean, this is a small little plot. It's like a little, I don't know, it's like 3,000 square feet, about 1/10 of an acre, something like that. So I got 2 fertilizers right here, 3400 and the 0460. I need 1 pound per 1,000 square feet and 6 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So I need about 3 pounds and about 18 pounds. So I've already got that stuff on order. It's on its way. So I need to do no lime. I don't need to do any tilling to get the lime in the ground. So today I'm out here just gonna spray the whole thing really good because I got a lot of heavy, thick weeds starting to pop up in here and I wanna give it the best chance possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this whole thing clean with spray, give it a week or two, get it all dyed out, then come in here and we're gonna till it up very deep, get our fertilizers in here and get our seed in here and give it a great chance to produce what we need it to produce. Just to kind of show you all what's going on. This is all what I'm talking about. I mean, this is about, it's about 1 foot deep through a lot of this already. And there's some clover still in here, but there's a lot of bare spots. So I really want to try to take care of this, get this thing really booming for this next season. So yeah, I'm gonna grab the spray and do some spraying. We'll call it good. And just like that, we are done spraying the plot. We'll come back out here in about a week or so, see how it is doing. Hopefully we'll spray some fertilizer and do some tilling and plant some seed. We'll see you then. All right, it has been 2 weeks since we sprayed the plot. I actually snuck out about 4 days later. We had some extremely hot days and thought that the plot would be browning up, dying out, but it was not moving as quick as I thought. So I went ahead and I came back out with another tank of spray and I sprayed it one more time. So we have 2 sprays and then I waited another week in about 2 days. So it's been about 2 solid weeks and it is looking pretty darn good. I mean, we got a lot of dead brown grass and weeds. It is looking pretty bare. And what I also did, I snuck out here. If you recall, there used to be a giant pile of old railroad ties sitting right there. So my plot used to end like here. And I wanted to get those out of here. So now with my tractor, I actually came out here and I was able to take all those out of there, gain some more space, sprayed that so we can actually have the plot move a little bit down the line for better hunting season. So, brought my mower out today. First, I actually drove it all the way out here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the deck all the way down to the dirt. I'm gonna run around this thing a few times just to really eat up the grass and the brush, get it down to almost nothing. Then I'm gonna run back to the house, grab the tractor and the tiller, come on out here, do some tilling, do some fertilizing, do some seeding. That's basically it. I forgot to mention we're in a wind advisory, so we've got like 35 to 45 mile an hour winds and it's just blowing that dirt everywhere. But look how great this looks. I mean, it's so clean. It's all the way down basically to the dirt now. So this is gonna be perfect. Get my tiller out here, till this all up, get some seed laid down. But yeah, I gotta head back to the house now with the mower, grab the tractor, grab the rest of my tools and the seeds, be back out here. All right, when I said tractor and tiller, I'm sure you all thought I had this giant tiller that's gonna hook to the back of the tractor, but unfortunately, I do not. I almost pulled the trigger on a tiller, but I didn't know if I'd use it enough. I know I have a food plot one, I got a garden, but if I'm only gonna use it once or twice a year, maybe, I just wasn't sure if it was worth it. Kind of wish I did now, but I've got my old school garden one. This thing is about 24 inches wide, so it'll do some damage. I tilled this up the first time back in 2016 with a little 12-inch tiller. And it seemed to work, but you know, it is what it is. So much vibration, busted the welds right off this bad boy. All right, we got our first round of tilling completely done. The previous plot was actually pretty soft and tilled up really nice. All the land that was underneath all the railroad ties was extremely soft, very just broken up. It was just burying the tiller in the dirt. But then this little patch in between where the railroad ties were at and the plot right here, that was previously mostly just grass stuff, and it was rock hard. I snapped the wheels off of the tiller because it was vibrating so much. I had to go over it an extra second time just to get down a couple inches, but it's actually starting to sprinkle right now. It's supposed to rain for just a little tiny bit, but right now I am ready for fertilizer. So next step. All right, so per my soil test that you guys seen earlier, I think I needed, it was about 5 pounds total of 3400 and 15 pounds of 046 0. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add about half of each of those to this, and I'm just gonna do a hand spreader, go over it, try to get every spot covered, and then I'm gonna do the other half, go the opposite direction to make sure I get good coverage. All right, second half. All right, so that was the 3400. Now I've got the 15 pounds of the 046 0. All right, all the fertilizer has been laid. It was about 5 rounds with the hand spreader. Now what I could do is just level this all out with the rake, throw my seeds down, but I think I'm gonna take it one step further. I'm gonna go run the tiller over this whole thing one more time, just skim over the top of it to kind of work that fertilizer into the soil. Then I will level it out with the rake, get my seed down. So a little bit more tilling. All right, final tilling is done. Fertilizer is out deep into the soil. I went ahead and took a landscape rake and I ran it across the entire thing, kind of just drug it behind me to kind of smooth it out as best I could, because what I don't want when I lay the seeds down is a bunch of valleys and holes. I don't want those seeds getting too down deep where they get buried, because they're shallow. They need to be up top, up high. So I'm just gonna broadcast the seeds directly on top of this and let them lay. There's little tiny voids, enough that when it does rain, it's gonna push it down just enough to get it to where it needs to be, get some moisture on there, and it'll produce our clover. So that's the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and get my seeds ready, spread them out on the plot. All right, just like that, seed is now out. We are done with our plot just in time. The storm, I think, is starting to roll in, starting to rain a little bit heavier now. Now I let it sit, let nature do its thing. Hopefully we'll come back in a few weeks, see some growth throughout the summer, keep it growing, and have an awesome food plot for this next deer season, and even better for the next season coming up. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. We'll see you next time. Later.